plenty of time to come back. So, yeah, let's get that second game rolling. It is going to be Odyssey versus 19 again, of course. The map is going to be Shakura's Plateau. And 19 is spawning at the upper left part of the map as our red Protoss player, and our green Zerg will be Odyssey, spawning at the upper right. So, close by air.
Yeah. You know, they modified this map to take out the smiley faces everywhere.
Well, it's good. They were silly.
They were awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. I didn't really have an opinion either way. I mean, now it's kind of like a. I don't know. It's kind of like a.
No, they're all kind of looking at the eyes.
It's kind of like a Cyclops. You know, you've got the eye and then the high cheekbones. He's a
Just
modeling
Cyclops. Lots
Cyclops.
of jowls everywhere.
That's right.
Really fat
gels.
Cyclops.
So, judging by the pylon, probably going to see a Forge fast expand from 19.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody seems to be doing that on this map lately.
Yeah. And depending on his scouting, he can choose to mess with his timings quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because you really don't need to put down your Forge until you see your opponent's spawning pool go down.
Yep, and he's going to find Odyssey right away, so he's going to have plenty of time to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Odyssey just droning up, playing very, very standard. Oh, he's going to...
What is this? What? Oh, he's going to cannon rush him. But the drone... Oh, he doesn't see it. Does this drone see it? Yes, of course he sees it. All right.
Huh.
So what he needs to do right now is pull a bunch of drones, force him to cancel, lose some mining time. It's worth it. Better than getting cannon rushed. Because although you can't really cannon a Zerg main, you can certainly cannon the natural. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I like that. If he didn't scout at all, it would have been kind of a surprise to try and take your expo and find cannons in the way.
He did see it, but now that the gas in the pool are going down, yeah, Odyssey should be not uncannonable, but nearly uncannonable.
Nearly uncannonable.
Uncannonable. And this drone is going to try to turn to a building.
Uncanny ability to say uncannonable.
Thank you. Uncannonable.
Uncannonable.
Yeah, you have to have that uncannonability as Zergs.
Okay, so the spawning pool has gone down, and 19 has not built anything besides pylons and probes so far.
Yeah, no Forge, and is he going to go for a Nexus? I believe he is. Drone might have something to say about that. Aha, how do you like a taste of your own medicine? Doesn't matter, he can't block it anyway, he's just a drone, he doesn't know how to do these things.
The probe is a little stuck, but it is going to die.
It will die, yeah. So Nexus first, and yeah, and the... Interesting. Alright, so there's the Forge. Mm-hmm. So Zerg player, of course, did go for the Speedling expand, so he could decide to just make a bunch of Lings here.
So he's got 4 Lings. And I feel like the Forge, we'll have to see. I wonder if it was late enough that he'll just be able to run those Lings into the base and just run around and scout for a long time.
Yeah, he should be able to. I mean, if he takes these 4 Lings that he's making right now and just runs them straight to his opponent's base, he's going to be able to get there easily before the first cannon finishes.
Or the first Zealot gets out to block the little wall.
Oh, he might have to take a little bit of time taking down the pylon, though.
That might actually be more his plan. He just was getting those 4 Lings to get his expo up faster.
Yeah, it could be.
But I sure would like if he tried to get into his opponent's base.
Yeah. So going from a very cheesy opening last game. Oh, look at that, a gateway going down.
Oh wow,
that's cute. So going from a very sort of cheesy opening, going to like the most economic opening you possibly can do, really, as a Protoss player going for a Nexus first.
Mm-hmm. So here come the Lings are slowly going to make their way over. Speed might just be finishing as they get here, but definitely not going to have too big of a role here.
Yeah. Now, a lot of Zerg players have been doing 2 different things to kind of respond to this sort of opening from Protoss. One of them has been doing that Ling Roach aggression, the 2-base, Speedling Roach all in, and the other thing has been Baneling busting. When you do this, you can run the Lings in first, get the Banelings to the pylon, kill them off, because your opponent just doesn't have a lot of sentries out initially. He can't force field the Banelings away from your wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can definitely take out a lot of buildings if you have enough Banelings.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember the game I had in beta where I took out an opponent's 3 of my opponent's supply depots with 5 Banelings.
Yeah, that's always nice when you can get them right in there and splash everything with Baneling juices.
Back when players were making messy walls. No, I think it was 4 actually. He left like a little gap where I could run in. So those Zerglings poke up and see that they're not going to be able to do anything because he did make a complete wall up there.
And 19 actually is playing really well. I like that he's making that Zealot to just send right over to his opponent's base, give him something to work on that's not his wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I like that decision.
Yeah, and he'll get a little bit of scouting. If there's any Banelings morphing outside of his base, he'll see those. And just keep, the more information he gets, the better he can play.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see, how many gases? So 4 gases already for 19.
One
I don't know,
Stargate.
what do you think that suggests? I was about to say, do you think that suggests Stargate? And
Well,
I guess it does.
Stargate doesn't really tell you too much, because you can definitely just build one Void Ray, just to keep yourself safe from Roach Zergling all-ins, and then switch entirely over to something else. And sometimes you'll even see Zerg players start throwing up spores and getting Hydras just after they see one Void Ray.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you can just, you have the option of switching straight over to Colossus and just, trying to kill your opponent.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players actually go for a heavy gateway aggression right after getting that first Stargate. Odyssey getting his spine crawlers up. I don't really know why, just because has he scouted the Stargate yet? No, he hasn't. So yeah, so for all he knows, it could be a bunch of gateways, but right now these spine crawlers aren't going to be a whole lot of help.
Yeah.
They, interestingly enough, they can stretch like this far on the ground, but they can't stretch up half the distance to the air and hit things in the air. I don't know. I don't understand it, man.
Beware of low-flying
Sunken colonies made so much more sense.
They did. They were cool, too.
Yep, they were. Actually, they were.
Spine crawlers are just like, well, you need an organic defense unit that only hits ground.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's...
Because if it shot out something, then you're like, why can't it dare?
Yeah, but it does shoot out something. It shoots out its spine, man.
Yeah. Well, it kind of looks like gelatin, like those little hands that you had as a kid that you could whip around and it'd get really logged.
That's right, you'd like stick them to the ceiling and your mom would be like, why'd you stick it to the ceiling? Now we can't get it down.
So Zerg players could stick their spine crawlers to zealots and pull them around and toy with them.
You get sticky hand silhouettes on the wallpaper.
And 19 is spotting for the third, as he knows that is one of the responses his opponent can take to this. He's getting a defensive void to defend actually his spine crawlers, which is interesting, but he can move that around really easily. And getting a Hydra Den.
Hydra Den and a Spire as well somewhere. Where's the Spire? I saw it somewhere.
Does 19 have a void ray up?
I believe he does, yeah. He does have one. There it is.
Okay.
I'm wondering where that Spire is, though.
So he's getting
it's on the
Hydra Den and Spire. Interesting.
Why can I not see the Spire? You know what they need to do? They need to let you click on these icons to take you where it is on the map. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yep. Void Ray's coming in. Looks like it's attacking Overlord.
Oh no, it's attacking the Spire. There's the Spire. They found it for us.
He decided to put.
Why did he put the Spire?
It's like a gift Spire. Have a Spire.
So, needs to be canceled, unfortunately, for Odyssey, and 19
Pulls that
doesn't
Void Ray
pull
back.
one Void Ray back, but one
Very
Queen
well done.
getting chased.
Yep, and he's going to probably pull his other Void Ray back pretty soon as well, with how mobile the... Ooh, he's going to maybe... Oh, Hydra's come out to save... Nope, not going to save the Queen, but they might take out that Void Ray. It goes down.
It's a good trade. Oh, and this Void Ray... Is this Void Ray going to go down? This would be huge! Oh! 19 overextending himself a little bit, and this Phoenix is like, my friends are all dead.
Well, at least all I get to do is fly around for the rest of the game. As we see, he's already gotten his Robo Bay up, so he's going to definitely go into Colossus.
Council too, so a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to get with that.
Templar Archive now.
He'll probably go Charge Lot Colossus.
Yeah.
Because players tend to get a lot of Hydras against... Sorry, my brain is just turning off a little bit. A lot of Hydras versus airplay from Protoss, and then getting the charge lots, which are good against Hydras, and the Colossus. It's a pretty big double whammy.
Now, no upgrades gotten yet for Odyssey. And I like that he's gotten this big group of speedlings to kind of get around the map and prevent things like this from happening. Things like this one Zealot who is going to die.
Actually, the blink is probably because he saw that Spire. He doesn't want to be too immobile when he gets run around by Mutas.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, oh, there's a Dark Shrine. Alright, so yeah, now we just need the Templar Archives, and we've got every tech building that Protoss can make, except for a Fleet Beacon.
Well, the nice thing is when you see, you only made 2 Void Rays and 2 Phoenixes, but his opponent, had a huge reaction to that. And so when your opponent does something like that and is playing super defensive, you can do whatever you want.
Looking for that 30, he's not going to find one because there is not one there.
Yeah, and so at this point, 19 is getting to do whatever he wants.
Whoa, 17 Mutas coming out right now for Odyssey. That could actually be pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
Mass Muta against... I don't know, I've really always been a fan of huge amounts of Mutalisks against Protoss players.
They're a pain to deal with, but sometimes what you find out is, after you get the arm, you've done the damage you can, they've defended, and now it's army versus army. Even though you have a ton of Mutas, sometimes you just die.
Yeah, I mean, Blink helps a lot. It is just finishing here, but that is a huge group of mutas to have.
How many
at this point in the
stalkers
game.
does he actually have?
He has 10 stalkers, so that
And-
is not going to be enough at all to really do much damage to these mutas.
And the 2 Phoenix, so those will help out as well. But he's going to lose a lot of probes here. Looks like he's lost probably about 8 or 9, 10, 11, 12, we'll say.
He has lost 15 already.
16, 17.
And more and more.
Maybe
oh,
that
he might lose
Colossus.
his Colossus.
Oh, but he's going to lose a lot of...
Yes.
Oh, no, it got stuck.
Phoenixes. Yeah, what is it with the Colossi getting stuck on all the ledges lately?
It's micro.
Been seeing that so many times.
It's a feature.
It's a nerf. They're like, Colossi are too strong, we're going to make sure they get stuck on every ledge
Everywhere.
they try to walk over.
Yeah.
Colossi are, of course, the evolved form of the Dragoon from StarCraft 1, known for getting stuck on ledges and ramps.
Yes. And so
Yeah.
he saw that he lost a couple mutas there. He still has enough to do damage. No cannons going up. Just Colossus and Stalkers. And doing another nice blink there, taking out a muta. He lost 1 Stalker, so that was a good trade for him.
Yeah,
oh,
but
but
need to be careful with these.
Yeah, he might get to cancel that base. Another blink out there, saving his base.
Oh, here come the
Legs
speed
coming
lanes.
in.
I love this. Speedlings
Get those
basically
Colossus
say
in there.
no.
Oh, attack! There you go. Roasting those Zerglings, +2, blinking the Stalkers up. DT's finishing up the Lings. The height or the mutas go back to that expansion, not being able to kill it.
Oh, boy.
And he drives Odyssey out.
Well, here's kind of what you were saying earlier. It's getting to the point where even though those mutas are being able to harass a lot, he has killed 20 workers. The army for 19 is just getting to the point where Odyssey just can't handle it. You know, he can't take that army.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to at some point.
Yeah, so even though he's done a lot of economic damage, he really needs a way of dealing with 19's army and not his probes right now.
Yeah, he needs to make a Roach Warren or something like that at this point. I mean, it's going to be very unlikely that he can actually finish his opponent off with the mutas.
I don't think that 19's going to let him pin him too
Oh,
much
the
longer.
Colossi are out of position. 1 gets taken out, and the mutas move away. That was a nice little snipe there.
Yeah,
by
19
Reserve
might
player.
actually wait until he has a set number of Colossus, in which case he might have just delayed an attack by like a minute.
Yeah, that would be certainly pretty good. I mean, everything that Odyssey does right now should be trying to prevent that Protoss from moving out. Because if he moves out right now, Odyssey is basically dead. He's going to need to worry about DTs, though. That's the big thing. But there is a Spore Crawler at every base right now, so he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, well, he could force a cancel there, and right now, since they're on even bases, Zerg should really be thinking about expanding, especially since he has map control with these mutas.
Yeah, absolutely. The Stalkers are mobile enough to keep the Protoss player fairly safe, but if you keep harassing and make sure you don't lose any mutas, you can always, do some damage, and that is a huge amount of mutas. Yeah, he's up to 25 mutas. Wow, yeah, if you get enough mutas, you can basically just overrun Stalker balls, even if they do have Blink. So I don't know, we're going to have to find out. Looks like a big move out from our Protoss player.
Has a couple sentries, and I like that, because Guardian Shield will make him
Colossi.
so much better.
That Colossi is so out of position right now. The mutas could just come and kill it if they wanted to. That is the luckiest Colossus in the world right now.
He's like, hey guys, I killed this base here.
Yeah.
You didn't see because you were gone.
Wow, alright, so here comes the
Oh!
Stalkers blinking into the mutas. The mutas not attacking. Oh, losing like 3 or 4 mutas. That is not good, but still more mutas being produced.
He donated some mutas.
Donated?
Yes.
I don't know, is it tax deductible?
We're
Is
all
the
about
mind
full-
going to be like you don't need to pay for those mutas, you just threw it the Protoss Death Ball?
We're all about philanthropy here in StarCraft
I guess
2.
so. Philanthropic Executor.
Yeah.
That's
so,
a band name if ever I've heard one.
So now, basically, he was pinning 19 with those mutas, but the way that 19 has his army right now, the second if Odyssey moves all those mutas out, he can basically say, all right, base trade.
Yeah. Yep, and here we go. Those Hydras donating themselves to the Protoss army. And force fields.
Protoss donating 6 force fields, though.
Oh no, and it is going to be a base race. Do not base race against Protoss if you're a Zerg player. That's kind of like one of the ultimate no-nos,
Yeah, and he's going over after the expansion first, and that is not going to hurt the Protoss all that much at all.
Not really. So we're going to have to see how this works out. I mean, Odyssey still has a chance. He's ahead in supply. They're about even on supply right now. He has 1 more base, so that helps. So I don't know, Odyssey could do a lot of damage right now. It's certainly possible.
Well, I think they're both going to do a lot of